my loves. Welcome back to Bedtime Stories with Mommy J. And we're going to continue with George Brown Class Clown Super Burp by Nancy Krulik, illustrated by Erin Blecha. And we're here on Chapter 10. Chris lived just a block away from George. So the next morning, George and Chris walked to school together. Chris told George about a comic book he was writing. I made up the superhero called Toilet Man. His secret weapon is a toilet plunger, and he carries a roll of magic toilet paper to tie up the bad guys. Sounds good, George said. Then he smiled. Do you know what one toilet said to the other toilet? What? Chris asked. You look a little flush. George laughed at his own joke. Chris laughed too. Hey, can I use that in my comic book? Sure, George said. Maybe I can help with your comic book. I know lots of jokes. The boys had just reached the schoolyard when they saw Alex. George waved to him, then he flipped up his skateboard with one foot and grabbed it with his hand. George was proud of his board. It was red and black with a really spooky painting of a bat skeleton in the middle. That's the coolest board I've ever seen, Alex said. Thanks, George said. You can try it if you want. I've seen him on his skateboard, Chris told Alex. He's amazing. George smiled. Just then, Louis walked over. You guys want to play killer ball before school? He asked Chris and Alex. Alex shook his head. Later, maybe, he told Louis. I want to try out George's skateboard. I bet you can't even ride that thing, Louis said to George. George just smiled. He didn't have to prove he could skateboard. He knew he could. Just then the bell rang. It was time to go inside. Saved by the bell, huh, new kid? Louis said. George pretended not to hear Louis. He picked up his skateboard and walked into the school building. I'll show you, George thought to himself. Just not right this minute. And that's the end of Chapter 10, my loves. Make sure you brush your teeth and say your prayers. And I wish you a wonderful evening full of sweet dreams. I love you. Hugs and kisses. Mwah!